Hello everyone, today we're here with Maruxa. She did biology in Universitat de Barcelona and afterwards a PhD in cell biology in University of Cambridge. And afterwards she moved to the scientific communication world and she's currently in the communication team from PRBB. And also she's a member of Arion within ARMA. So welcome, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We like to start off with a silly question. Our confession is our caffeine addiction, so could you tell us yours?
Ooh, cheese. I probably have more, but cheese. Just I can cheese. I can eat. I can cheese. No, I can eat cheese. Any day, anytime, any kind of cheese. So yeah, I think that would be my addiction.
So just to start off, could you explain a little bit what drew you to pursue a PhD? Was something you always wanted to do, or?
I don't think so. So I think all my career has always been little decisions that, little steps that just drove me where I was. So at each point, I think one thing that has been maybe quite common is that I always took the decision that left more doors open, because I've always kind of liked lots of things. So rather than having very clear what I wanted, was like, I like this, and also this, and also this, and also this. So I think even deciding to study biology, for example, I like medicine and I also like the environment. And then I thought, biology has a bit of everything, so I'll do biology, and then I'll decide to which one of these I go. And then the PhD was the same thing. I was like, I had done some like internship, I guess, in a department during my career. So I had done a little bit of research training there, and I liked it. And I thought, I don't know if I want to have a career in research, but I'll do the PhD first, and then I'll see. And then, because if I had the PhD, I had the chance to do a career in academia or not. But if I didn't do a PhD, then that was already one closed door. So yeah, I just, it was a decision that was.
And what about after? Could you explain a little bit what you did after the PhD?
So after my PhD, I moved into scientific communication first as an editor in a scientific journal. Well, I had like a very short postdoc, but it was like in the meantime while I was deciding what to do. But yeah, so I moved and I worked as a scientific editor for a journal for a couple of years. And then I came to Barcelona. This was all in England. And then I came back to Barcelona to work in the communications department of the PRBB, the Barcelona Biomedical Research Park.
Nice.
And like why I did that change, which I guess that is like a question of interest. I think while I was doing my PhD, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't like, oh my God, this was terrible, I don't want to continue, which sometimes is the case. It wasn't the case. I really enjoyed it. But I realized that I guess maybe because of where I was or the times that were, I don't know, but I saw the people around me were really, really into it. And really that was like their life, let's say. And for me, it wasn't my life. I thought, if an experiment didn't work, I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll see tomorrow. And then I would come back tomorrow, the next day. And then there was a postdoc in the lab who would say, oh, you know what, I've been thinking about this experiment that didn't work. And I think maybe this and this and that. And I was like, I didn't think about the experiment at all. I thought, okay, that's the end of my day. I'll come back tomorrow. So I enjoyed it, but I didn't see myself like really committed to this one very little question. And then another thing I realized while I was writing my thesis, I really enjoyed the process of writing, which is something that, again, talking to other PhD students, they really love being in the lab, and then the writing up was like, oh, so boring. And for me, it was the opposite. I really enjoyed bringing together all the knowledge in the field and summarizing, and then what is it that I had added, and it was like a nice little story, and I enjoyed that. And I think I realized when I went to conferences also I was there by my poster explaining my work, and that was cool. But I enjoyed more going to see posters of other people and of things that were not really my topic either. Like it was interesting to see lots of different things, even if it wasn't going as in depth. So I thought maybe, that is pointing me to another direction.
And what has been the biggest challenge
in
this transition? So was it hard for you, or was it something rather smooth?
It wasn't that hard, but I think one thing that I noticed, especially in my first job after the PhD, which was as an editor of a journal. Obviously, I received lots of papers of lots of different fields that I was not familiar with, and I had to look at them and take a decision: are they interesting, and then send them to review and all that. And sometimes there were things that I was not familiar and maybe not even understand so much.
Yeah.
And I had this scientific mind. I really wanted to understand it and go in depth and okay, so what does that mean? And then do a search and then look a bit more. And you don't have time to do that. And when you're working as an editor, and you don't have to do that because you don't have to understand all the papers. That's the reviewers are the experts, and they're the ones who look at it. You just have to have enough of an idea to take a decision. And that was hard because it's like boom, 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 come on. And I was like, no, but I want to understand that. So that I think that for me that was the more kind of a mindset, change.
No, that's interesting. And did the PhD